Good day, YouTube. JD here with your Tuesday Spot. Today is July 28th, 2015. Today's topic is substitute Q&A. Alright, so there was a few of you that left me comments from the last video on a month ago, back when we were doing the education videos, the pagan education videos, where we covered a topic about school, something similar to Hogwarts. And there's a few good comments here, and there's a few questions that I'll go ahead and answer here now. Let's see. Essence Raven Sage says, "Hey JD, great video and perspective. My question for you is, how do you celebrate Sabbaths where you are from? And if you celebrate, and how do you think celebrating Sabbaths is important part of paganism or your particular journey?" All right, the way that I usually celebrate Sabbaths is I do have a bit of a cyber witch to me. I will actually go online and I'll look up different types of Wiccan backgrounds and figure out which one of the ways that they celebrate that I find to be something that I can incorporate into my practice. If I'm incredibly busy and I can't do a full circle and a full ceremony, sometimes a simple prayer will go ahead and at least start the day off and just let the God and Goddess know that I am seeking to, make this point in time sacred and take note of nature and its change for that particular Sabbath. That's a pretty good question. I like that one. Let's see. Tatiana Lima Castro says, "You made a great point about the safety of kids, and considering we have so much religious intolerance still today, I had not thought about that. Great point. Question for you. I love your video about the animal totems, so I was wondering if you could tell us more about your way of doing shamanic journey work. Has it changed and developed over time? How did you get started into journey working?" Okay, that's a great two-part question, and I love the comment. Thank you for your kind words. Okay, so the first part of the question is actually wanting to know more about it and finding out how I do it. With the shamanic journey work, I got introduced to it by listening to a podcast by someone named Dr. E, or Hyperion as he's also known, and his way of doing it was to use a drum, which I know is a very popular way. So what I do is I go online and I have bought a number of meditation CDs. I also bought a set of meditation CDs by another witch that's really well known. For some reason his name has slipped me right now, but I'll go ahead and post that down below. But on it they have like a 30-minute track, and you play the 30-minute track and it actually gets you into a trance state. And once you hit that trance state, it's something very similar to lucid dreaming, when you can go in and you can actually meet with these beings and have meaningful conversations with them. And you can tell that it's real because if you try to control it, it usually won't stay the way you've made it for very long. It'll change back to the way it wants to be. Whereas with a lucid dream, you pretty much have control over most of the dream, if not everything. Let's see, the second part of that question. Oh, as far as changing over time, before I knew what shamanic journeys were, I got into meditation, and I found that I was actually able to go into deep meditation, and I thought that it was meditation, but after learning about shamanic journey work, I found that it actually kind of connects a little bit more with shamanic journeys. When I would do these meditations, I would go into a state of meditation that was so deep that I felt like I was sleeping, but my body was still, I could still feel my body. And I would go to these different places and speak with these different beings while in meditation. I also would use that a lot if I need to make a change to break a habit. For example, several months ago, I kind of made a pact with myself to no longer use curse words. And in doing that, I did sort of an inward journey without the drum. And it's just a really, really deep meditation that requires a lot of relaxation. Anyone can do it. It's just tensing up your body, allowing it to relax, tensing up your body, allowing it to relax, doing that several times. and pretty much you'll get to the point where your body will be so relaxed that your mind will just follow and kind of go into a semi-trance state. I also live right next to an Air Force base, so you might hear quite a bit of jets and things coming in the past. So I'll pause for those and let those go overhead. And that was brought about by a different book, I believe by Michelle Ballinger, that talked about deep meditation. And I did that when I was really, really young, and I still rely on it if I need to make a huge change, such as the cursing that I mentioned earlier. Certain it's almost like self-hypnotization, because you go in and then you go so deep into yourself when you're doing things like that. Let's see, second, I think that might have been all of the parts of that question. Yep, so I believe that covers everything for Tatiana Limi Castro. Yes, I think that covers everybody here. I did see one comment by someone named Hobbit the Nomad, and it was a very interesting comment. It says, completely didn't need that view. It supports my knowledge of that culture. And I'm just not sure, like, if she's talking, if this person is talking about pagans in general, or what they're trying to say. But I guess I'll address it, even though it's not really a comment. It's more of a just a. I mean, it's not really a question. I just feel like it begs a little more understanding. Okay, so yeah. When I was speaking of the children being hurt, a number of things happened in the U.S. news. There have been a bunch of children harmed in Sandy Hook, and I suppose that was in the back of my mind. And also when I recorded that video, the one last month, that made me talk about children being harmed. I guess subconsciously I was also thinking about the church. There was a church in South Carolina where a gentleman came in and shot a bunch of people inside of the church. So I guess subconsciously I was just thinking about people being harmed in a place that should be safe, such as a school or a place of worship, like a church. So that is kind of where I was going with the whole being afraid of people trying to kill or harm a bunch of pagans. That's where that came from. Alright, so that just about does it for the video. I've answered all of the questions. I want to wish everybody who celebrates it a good Lammas, and blessed be.